let's just get this thing started officially. Welcome to the Monday meeting today, on July 23rd. We're very excited to have Somei here talking about his OPPO. Is that how you say it? OPPO? OPPO
right.
Find X project?
Yes.
Yeah. It's been an awesome piece that I think many of us are familiar with. So really excited to have him break down some of the shots and just kind of talk about his workflow and just some of the scenes that some of the community's been able to ask about. So with that, I'll kind of hand it over to Somei to kind of walk through that stuff.
Okay. Yeah, so some just begin. And and I have done many projects with OPPO, and we it is a Chinese brand, and I will show you this my email page. And so most of the time, oh no wait, well it's changed. Why it's changed like this? And let me see. Yeah, this page. So we have collaborated many years, like 5 years, and most of the OPPO things I do is like solo production, and at the beginning we try. I usually do some very motion graphics feeling, very colorful things like this. Maybe you have seen before. It's a color style, and I will usually use the board. Yeah, something like that. So, but how to say it? But many people think this is my style, and yeah, I do a lot of things like this. And then I find like there's another style is very popular. It's like some people do the title sequence. Yeah, and it's more cinematic, and so I really want to try this style. And so this time OPPO asked me to do a new series, and it is the Find. It's a new series. It's not the R series, so I think it's a good chance to make a new style like this. So I do this project, Find X. Okay, and I don't know how to say it more clearly. So I think I can just go through the documents and to answer some general questions, and then I will break down some main shots. And if you have some questions, you can just tell me, because I find it so quiet. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll monitor the chat here, and
okay.
we'll, any questions that do pop up.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. So first I will just show the whole movie, and then I will start to break down.
The future holds countless possibilities. Human beings have many desires. Greed causes us to get lost in ourselves. Simplify, eliminate the unnecessary details, and return to the pure and simple. Explore life's vibrant beauty. Break the rules. future.
That's so good. Yeah.
Okay.
Very nice. Very nice.
Golf clap for that.
Yeah. So I will. Yeah. The first question. Yeah. It's all made in Cinema4D. I mean, the main part, and I also use some other software like Marvelous Designer, and also use the Adobe CCs to like Premiere and After Effects. Premiere is to do the card, and After Effects to do the composition. And also because this project is my first time to put a character in the movies, but because the schedule or the days of making this is very short, so I have no time to do the character animations. So I use a website. It's this one.
Mm-hmm.
Mixamo. It's Adobe. Yeah. It's from Adobe maybe, and I use this to do the main character animation, because this move is from the motion capture, and I think it looks real and it's useful. So you see that here is a man like this. This is what I upload before. So yeah, I will tell you a little story about this, because before I'm making this project, I want to try how can I make something like this. I want to test myself. So I do a little trailer for this project, for this phone, and you see it's in my Behance page.
Mm-hmm.
It's very short. It's just like 10 seconds. This one.
So this was a test for yourself, just to figure out the character animation?
Yeah. At the beginning, it is a project. It's the client asked me to do a trailer, so I want to do this ways and tell them I can do this style and also test myself. But I don't know why, and this project is cut, and it's not didn't use. Yeah, you know what I mean. So, but in this project, I have researched the workflow, how to put a character and to add the animation from the Mixamo, and I use this, and I find it, and how to say it, and that is very interesting. Since is this project, you see the character. This is wait, what happened? Yeah, this character. Do you think it's very familiar with this? This is from a project by I don't know how to say his name.
Is it the one from Raoul Marx?
Yeah, maybe it's yeah. I will show you, because I download his tutorial. I buy this tutorial in the.
Oh yeah.
You know that his tutorial.
Cornelius Damerick.
Yes, Cornelius. Yes, that's right.
It's a really awesome tutorial and show. I think this guy is just crazy. He did everything himself. Even the stone on the ground, he made it. He debrushed it. Yeah, and then at the end he will do the breakdown of this. Yeah, this poster. So I grabbed this character, but I find this character is really heavy. So I need to find a way to move it, but it can't be rig or blend. So what I do is, wait a moment, I will show you this. Can you understand me? Because I think my English is so bad.
No, you're doing great. Yeah, I think you're speaking very clear.
Okay. Wait a moment. Yeah. Every time the Octane render will activate a long time. I don't know why.
Hey, Somei, did you create all the storyboards and all the looks for this, or did
No,
OPPO have any direction?
No, usually I will do mood boards because I'm not good at drawing. So most of the time, yeah. And I will show you this first, and I will tell you how to do the workflow of Find X. So this is a very interesting thing because the model of this one is so heavy. So I find the ways to use the mesh and I don't know how to say it. I use the mesh and I will make a cage of that like a bubble human, and so I just need to give this a movement, and then I can use this to control my main character. I find this is very useful when we make some very heavy models. So I use this technique to make the I call it back the trailer, and then I just find the way how to put the Mixamo animation to the main character, and then I will continue to break down the Find X. So most of the time I'm not usually do storyboards because one thing I think storyboards can't tell people the timing. It's just the different shot and picture. So most time I will cut and shot like animatic or mood board, mood animatic. So this like Find X, I will have first I will have like something like this. The moment. I will first have a mood. Yeah, I call it mood animatic. And this is just some random card from some other film.
Okay.
And I will text the some name to let the client understand what it means. Some words here.
Mm-hmm. So a little description of what?
Yeah, this description.
Yeah. So when you're putting this together too, are you thinking of like camera transitions and like how you're gonna transition from scene to scene?
Yeah, sometimes I will imagine the transitions, and when the next step I do the animatic, I will do the transition or in some shot. And this is just a structure. I think is for me to remember and to make the feeling out. Yeah, so use this, I can first let the client understand what I mean, and I can also to do one more step based on this. So the next things I do is animatic. And, sorry, it's so because I'm do also some printing text and yeah. Let me just find where is my animatic. And I also do so here it is. So next thing is and in this stage I already have to do some R&D, like to do some forest test and also some parts because this phone is very special on his back. So I do some R&D to create the phone to make texture and shading text. And so you will see some shot is rendered in a very rough version. But it's very quick because in this part, I just do a lot of animatic clips and use the Premiere to cut and adjust it until I satisfy it. And I also show you my Premiere later, but maybe first see this is my animatic. Yes, yeah, just like this.
And did the client have any feedback after that first animatic? Yeah,
they have the feedback. The first animatics. I mean, you mean the mood animatic?
Mood,
Yeah. I think they love the tone, the atmosphere. How's it? Yeah, but they think the end part is not strong. So I recreate this part and use it in the animatic. You see some R&D of the camera disappear. You notice that at this, and the phone is blue, but they changed the color when in the middle of the project. So at the end, I create the red phone.
Nice. So now you're starting in this animatic too. It looks like you're starting to think of the camera transitions, like right.
Yeah, right.
That part.
Yeah, I will try something like this.
And so how do you come up with like a process, or what's your process when you're thinking of those camera transitions? Because a lot of your transitions are very dynamic and very cinematic. They work so well. I'd be curious to know what your process is with that.
Okay, and my process is, I will show this, maybe you, wait a moment. Most of the time, I'm just not sure. I'm also not sure how to make a transition between each shot, but I will do a lot of text. You will see, I will make it smaller. You see, I will do a lot of text each shot, like the cube jobs and also like the main turn around. I will do many different versions and just tweak and until I satisfied. So I think that's nothing special. Just keep trying, keep trying, and until you find it. It looks great, and I will jump to the next.
Are you like inspired, or do you reference any like movie directors or anything?
In this with this project, I really get some reference. I will show you. Of course, the first thing is of course I have some very famous title sequence as the reference, like this one. Yeah, like my friend, the Mike, he did the pause, and also this one. You made this one. It's also a Korean guy. He's also we are friends, Park, and some others title sequence. And another thing is I don't know if you know this. It's a Japanese comic. Wait a moment, because in China we have to wait the 1 minute ad before to play the video. So I will first talk about other things and then we look back. Wait a moment.
So just monitoring the chat here too, there's some questions coming in about the camera move process and whatnot, but also just in general, was there a lot of compositing in this piece, or was a lot of it done in camera? Like in Octane per se?
Yeah. I will talk it later. I like compositing and the Octane things. Do you am I understand right? I will explain later about the composition and yeah. And yeah, I can show you this. I find there's no ads. You know, this is it's a Japanese comic, but you see some shots like hands.
Oh yeah.
And I think the shot between each one is really, yeah, you see that's the back and the very cool shot. I mean, this storyboard is so amazing. I really like the storyboard they design.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, is this called storyboard? I mean,
yeah, or like, I mean, what we would say is probably just like cartoon or animated spot, but yeah, I mean, you can see the transition.
Yeah, the camera they use is really cool, and the power. I really like the power in Japanese comic. So I get, and also his architecture design is I think it's a little bit like the future I imagine. It's white and have some colors, but not very high tech, not very high tech, but it's clean and white.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really like this style. So I've also put this style in my project.
Nice.
Maybe you can see this, but I think it is a shit. It's a shit animation. Only in the first one is good. But do you know EVA? EVA?
UVA?
Yeah, UVA. I don't know how to call it. And this is the same production company. Oh, no, not this one. What happened? Oh. Yeah, this, do you know?
I haven't heard of them, but I mean, I can see.
Haven't heard it?
No.
Yeah, well, it's so famous in Asia. It's a really awesome animation.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, it's really awesome story and the other things. Yeah, maybe you can.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of people in the chat know.
No, it's right. Yeah, it's the same production of that one I show you, but this one is much better. Yeah. Okay, I'm back. We are back to the process. So let me see. So now I think I can. Do you have more question about the whole concept? Because after the animatic, when the client approve it, I just to go on to make every shot beautiful. Yeah, it's not not just make every shot look good and to fix some problem. I mean to research and to fix some problem like the character things and like the rig things, hand things. So now I will jump to the shot to break down some shot.
How long did it take you to gather those references that you had in the folders?
It's how long to take it? I mean, it's very quickly.
Or just like, how long did you spend on finding the references to find the mood to convey and to show the client?
Yeah. Most time is when first thing I'm not to just find these things. I just do my mood board, and when I like do one cut, I think, oh, I remember there is a reference. I can use this clip, so I will find that reference and put it in. So when my mood board is finished, and you will see here is the things I used. Yeah, some part is just for the character design, like like this one, and this is from Pinterest. And I will give the Mactron, because I in this project I asked Mactron to help me design the character part, and he used the days 3Ds, the basic human bodies, and then use Marvel's design to do the clothes. So I will tell you how the character will be. I think the future character should have more clean, simple. So I think the face is just a mirror, and in the character part, we have a Dropbox folders to update all the things. And here is the final version, and he will also update some. He will just show you some middle part. Yeah, the first the character is dark, but we think it's not fit the environment. Maybe the white building is better, and also there is the one without the how to say this
The like kind of cloak or cape. Yeah.
Cloak. Okay. Yeah, and I want it more simple, and it will find like this more clean one. And actually, I didn't do a whole character. I mean, like to have a project files, have the final version of the hand, final version of the shoes. I didn't have it. I just focused on every shot. So like some shots. Wait, I will show you the final project so I can explain more clear. I mean like this shot is just a fit. So I just do the fits very detailed, and some other shots like the hand, I will do a single hand. I didn't do a whole character, and I try my best to put the character in the second way, in the second position, and usually it is very small, and or some very big close-up shots. And yeah, because I think this is more like a designer thing, not a CG. So yeah, I'm trying to make the character, short, very small. And okay, I will jump to the shots. So first on, I will show you.
And did Mark Chang do all the modeling for that character?
Yeah, but right. But this character is special because most of it is clothes. So he used the
Marvelous designer.
Yeah, Marvelous designer.
Yeah,
right. To do the design. Yeah, because most of it is clothes, and the hat. He made a hat, and at first the hand is like this, but I find it's very hard to animate. So we make it into a robot hand, and because I understand how to rig a robot hand, but I don't know how to rig and blind human's hand. And then most of the time, I think if you see it's a human's hand, and you will have a, I don't know how to say it, you will feel uncomfortable when it's move not very smooth or move not very realistic. Yeah, but the robot hands is, I think, is more easy to accept it, the animation.
Right. Yeah, there's probably so much detail that goes into a human hand moving that
right.
to go with the robot hand. Smart. Yeah.
Yes. So okay, so the first thing I want to show you is the workflow from the character to the like the Cinema4D, from the Mixamo to Cinema4D to Marvelous Designer, and I will show you. Here is a man do a very good tutorial to say the workflow. And it's this guy. His name.
Oh yeah.
His name is Travis Davis. Yeah, and I just looked this tutorial, and so what I do is the first I will have a model in. I will prepare a model from the Mark and the source, and it looks like. Yeah, it's just OBJ. It's an OBJ profile, and it's a basic one. And I just upload the model. But it's, I don't know why. Sometimes it can work well, but sometimes not. Yeah, that's because I think this website is very strange. I can't it can't remember what I upload. Like sometimes I upload it and another day it disappear, and I can't find a place to find the model I upload. Did
Mark give it to you in like a T-pose?
Yeah. It's not a T-pose. It's the pose like this. Yes.
Okay.
It's this pose. Yeah, because I was just
just like that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But the only thing is I didn't. I take this away. I use this to upload to the Mixamo. So and then I just only since I can use the Marvel designers to calculate this one.
Oh, and then you put those together.
Yeah. And I think the workflow is very smooth. So I think I don't need to say it very clearly. The only thing I want to say is the T-pose is very necessary, and the problem is in this website you see there's no T-pose at the beginning. So you have to download two files. One is download this. This is the animation you want to make, and another thing is usually I just refresh it, reload the website, and you will see an original pose here, and you can download it too.
Oh.
And use the original pose, and then you will find in the I will show you this. Yeah, you'll find there is two parts. The one part is this is a T-pose, and another part is this animation, and you make these two into here is the add motion clips.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he will be like this, and you merge it, just like do something like that, and it will become the T-pose to the animation, and then it can be input to the Marvelous designer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I think that guy just do say more clearly of this workflow. So when I figure out it, I think, yeah, I can I can do all the character part of this project.
Nice.
And yeah, so next I want to, but if you have some question, you can ask, because my English is not good, so I think I'm still so slow.
No problem. Let's see.
Yeah, so now I will jump to the short, the short, the shoes.
Oh
food,
yeah.
The food.
Yeah, a couple people had, when we were trying to curate some questions for this and scenes to kind of pick apart, that shoe one was a few people had asked about it. Yeah.
Okay.
It's such it's a gorgeous shot.
Okay, so here's my project file and the shuffle. I think this is the final one. Let's see. Yep. So it's very heavy. It's a very heavy project because of all the snow things. I used the Octane scatter to make all the snow things. At first, I want to use displacement map to make a real snow, but I find it looks not real. It's very hard because this part is very hard to make if you unless you do the simulation. But so I don't have no time, and I'm not very good at the Houdini things. So I found another way is to bring the concept of the first shot with some lines, because the first shot I made the forest transition to the lines. So I want to use the same elements and make the line looks like the snow. I think it's more easy to do.
Yeah.
So I use the scatter, but it's so heavy. It just can't move. It's so heavy. So I just reduce the count. I reduce the count. It uses 400,000 count. So I just decrease. Yeah. So
okay.
You see, and the character part is easy. I just told you just input a walking animation and do and put it to the character. So I just I will hide the person, hide the food because it's too heavy. I know. That's the main one, I think. Oh, this one is too strange. I didn't. Okay, that's fine. And I just keep it here. And to the line, I have two parts of scatter. And because you see there's some very long let me remember. Oh no, and this is the main snow, and this one is some very shiny. How is it? Some little things, some shining point on the snow, because usually we find the snow have some very shiny things. So I use these two scatters, and it's not very necessary. I just hide this one, and to this one you see I do why it's still very slow. I can maybe close. How can I make it faster? And maybe I just show you this. I do a wave here. You see, that's a wave. And this wave is just a very simple technique. I use the I use the how to say the effectors.
Like different effectors, yeah.
Yeah. And the main effector is just this. To make the wave is a shader. The shader is just wants to make the wave have some good looking. It's some random looking, and the main technique is to use the fall off and to control the sample distance. And this fall off is source fall off. And I will how to say it. Oh no. Let me see and show you. And you find there is a oh I know how to show this. Let me see. Yeah, I just solo it and it
there you go.
yeah, I find a way to try to make it. Yeah, it's clear. It's much faster. You see. And I use this spline as a source of the fall off, and the splines follow the fit. So when the fits the spline down, you have a distance. This distance is just to control the distance. I mean, you can understand it, right? It's a wave.
Yeah, that's how you're controlling it. Yeah.
Yeah, and to make it more look good, I use the customized spline, and I really like this technique. So you can just to like sculpture the shape. I will show you a more clear one. Maybe there's a plane, and it's like 20. Yeah, and I put just a circle here. And we use a plane, and for face source, and put it here. And most of the time I will do the sampling details to 100%, 100%, right? Yeah, 100%. And when you, oh no, it's the wrong direction. Yeah, maybe this direction is right. Yeah, you see.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but this looks so ugly. And the main things I will do is to use the customer spline, because use this spline you can show you can just like sculpture to do the shape you want.
It gives you more control this way. Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes I do some wave things, and I think this is the fast way, because you can do any waves you want, like if you put it here. And
is this the same technique you used for the cube when the cube hits?
Yeah, right. And the repo, right?
Yeah.
The repo. Yeah. It's the same technique. And yeah, in that one, I just you use this animation speed, because if you have this speed, you will have the animation. But you will find there are some bugs here, right? So most of the time I will make it very, very big, and then I will do a lot of details to control it, and it will become a very smooth animation. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, so I really like this, because you can use this to many things, especially combined with some more graph effectors. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I wouldn't have thought of that technique for how you did it. That's very cool.
Yes. Okay. And also, I don't know if you use this plugin. It's called the board fall off. So you can use this. You can combine many other fall off together like a board. So you have more controller.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
And that's a
I think
plugin? I haven't
yeah,
used it.
this plugin I think it's very useful. Like if you like this for, and but you want like another one like a sphere, so you can just duplicate to make it like a sphere, and you change this to the board and make these two things.
Oh, wow.
And yes, we will look. You have to adjust some because you see this is a little bit how to say it? Oh, because this one is because there's still a spline here, but you don't need it anymore because the main the main spline use is here. So you need to delete this to like the normal.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, you have to adjust some. That's just tell you this is very useful things. You can multiply, add, use a little bit. Yeah. That's, yeah. Different.
Nice.
I really like this plugin. And okay, and then let's get back to this one. And another things I do is it's very simple, right? Just to make these waves, and this one is just make it more higher, and the rest thing, let me see it. Oh, it's random. The random is I think it's just for white. I mean, just for the select object. I think this is just for. Oh no. Oh, it is for the scale, but it's nothing important. So the main character, the main part is just a wave, and another thing is this. I will close this to for a moment, and I will show you this footprint.
Yep, the footprint.
A footprint. Yeah, the footprint is made by the X particles. VBDB mesh.
Oh, wow.
You're familiar with this one?
Mm-hmm.
I really like this one because at first I usually use the board to do something, but I find that the problem is the
like
part.
intersecting geometry.
Yeah, the nesting part. Yeah, it's not smooth, and it's very hard to control. And a lot of times it will crash if you use very high mesh. So I find the X particles VDB is so powerful. You can just combine. Oh no, you can't. Just combine two things very smooth.
Yes.
Yeah, and
gives
also
you more control. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's so fast. I mean, it's really fast. And like if you put another one, the moment. Like if I do another file, and I want to make it like difference. Yeah, I mean, it's just can become the shape I want.
So did you use the model of the shoe as the?
Yeah, I use. Yeah, right. And but it's the low poly version. I use the low poly version of the shoes. I follow the main shoes animation, and you will see here. Yeah, and.
And
yeah, you see.
Pedro's asking, is that a new feature on X Particles 4? And I believe it is.
Yeah, yes, 4. Yes, 4. Yes, I think it's a lot of new features. Really powerful, and I saw the latest updates. You see it? It's just crazy. They can do the snow things.
Yeah, I saw they're doing. I think there's some beta stuff that they've recently released. Some Some people in the chat probably know. Early access, that's what it's called. Thanks, Andy. Yeah,
Yes.
they're doing a lot of cool stuff over there.
Yes, right. And here is another technique I use very often is this tag. Do you know this tag? It's called toys for the connection polygons.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, this one because I think this is just a pre-comp. It's a pre-comp in Cinema4D. Like if you have do a very heavy setup, like you do you do like this and you make how to say, I don't know, maybe do this, make it, and also
And that's the Merk plugin you're using, right?
yeah. It's just fooling around.
Nice.
Whatever. I mean, it's so crazy. Smoother. How is smooth? Yeah, and I mean, when it looks like this, that I usually, but if I want a simple object, sometimes it's very heavy, a lot of child. So I will do this and create a new polygons and connect to the old one, and even you do some adjust. It just follow the old one, but this one is editable because it is just a simple project, a simple polygons. So I use this many often. Sometimes it's for baking, to bake the object. Sometimes I use the bake object using this, and sometimes I can just pre-comp the complex version and do the next thing based on this simple polygon.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So that plugin more or less takes your current parametric structure and makes it editable. And yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. But it's not. It's still procedural because
procedural.
it's connection. Yeah.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
So I think it's very powerful. You can and especially since you can add some text here, some selections, so you can even if it's procedural object, you can use this to add some selection tag and do some other things. I think it's very powerful. Like I can execute it. Oh no! Oh my god! I shouldn't do this. I think it will be crashed. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, did not crash yet. Yeah, somehow I see. Yeah, you see?
Yeah.
It's to do
nice.
Yeah, so I think it's very powerful. And
cool.
So I just because I have baked animation, so you will see just the fit here, based on this. Yeah, I think this is the fit I create to make the. I mean, I use this fit to put it into the VDB mesh, and you will see this footprint.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's a great technique.
And the rest thing I will solo it, and I will show you the render. And the render is a little bit slow, I think. Let's check. Seems like.
Do you use when you're exporting this stuff? Do you use multi-pass renders, or do you just render out like a beauty pass?
Most of the time, I render out the multi-pass, and yeah, it's rendering. So let me show you my settings. Yeah, I don't know why my computer is always very slow. I have 3980 Ti, what's it? The graph card. Yeah, 3980 Ti graph card.
Okay.
And here's my render settings. And most of the time I reduce the text because I think it will be more clear. You will see this not like the final version because I reduced the count of the scatter. If I increase it, it will be very, very slow. So I just leave it like this. And my render setting here, usually, yeah, some basic one like the reflection and refraction, shadows, and the pose. Most of the time I will do also render pose. It will add a little bit glow. And so that like this one, because I didn't use the lights, I used the HDR for the lighting.
Okay.
So I render the ambient light and a little bit mask ID, and this one I think I render the depths in what is it, in post. I do the depth of the field in post, not render the depth of the field. I don't know why. I think yeah. Sometimes I will do the post because many people ask me this question. When do you use the render directly in the 3D, the depths? But I think I composite it in post, have more control. So yeah. So
And do you do that in After Effects or
in After Effects?
Okay.
Use the plugin called what's F what I don't know. That plugin. Yeah, everybody uses that plugin.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I have a preset to make because most of the time I didn't use the default the depths in Octane. Sometimes I just use the default one. But I think it's wrong. I think it's wrong because this like this things there is something scatter things. If I use the default one, it will be not the correct depth. So,
okay.
Yeah. So,
and what was the render time on like?
I think this one is. Let me close it. I think it's around 5 minutes because I reduced the scatter. If I increase it, let me see. I will control the render time between under 8 minutes every frame.
Wow. So did you render most of this stuff on your own machine, or did you send out to the farm?
Yes. Yeah, some part is rendered in my. Most of the part is running in my own machines, and and some very heavy part I will send to the render farm. That's a render farm called Render Bus in China.
Render Bus, yeah.
Yeah, because it's all Chinese. That's a friend asked me to. It's a foreigner. A friend asked me to use it, but they found it's all Chinese. but it's cheap. It's very cheap.
So, one shot that a lot of people have asked about was that camera shot.
With camera shot?
Let me see. Let me get the time code. I believe it was like 21 seconds to 29 seconds in the piece. And kind of like the material setup and
okay, I see it. Yeah, let's
lighting setup of that.
I will open this and we will see how I set up it. I'm afraid that my computer will crash anytime because this is so heavy. I think I can close this one so it will be more. Okay. So this one is the final version. I have two. At first, I used the animation. At first, I used the VDB mesh to do the camera dissolve, but I find there's some bugs here. I will show you in my method. And this is the early version of test. Oh, not this one. This is the maybe this one. You will see there is some how to say flick. I mean something like this.
It's not perfectly smooth like it is.
Yeah. Wiggle. What's it? Wiggle.
Yeah.
It's not smooth. Yeah. So, some. Yeah. And so I'm so crazy with it. So then I find another way is use the loft to do the animation. I will show you. One moment, because I use the same technique. You see I use this and to make it into just a very a simple object here. But I will close it so you will see the original one. It's like this. The animation is very simple and it's very fast. Use this technique so fast, unlike the VDV. And it's just a simple animation. And I make like six rings to keep the shape. And I keyframe the radius and the movement of the center two circles, and yeah, it's not very complex, and the final.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I think what really makes that shot too is just like the materials and the lighting setup you had.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. And I will show you the lighting, and because this is it's not the main one. This is the main one, and you see it's very fast. It's just 20 seconds. And I will break down the light setup. And in this shot, I have rendered 2 times. And here is a normal one with the white light with some details, and another one is red. And I think the final version is close like this. And so I think many people just think how to make this red things right. this light, and this is very simple. And first I want to say that the light setup is so simple. And I will close and use light, and you'll see clearly. Yeah, and the main light is only 2, and this one is the main light to light up this part, and the second one is not very necessary. It's to make the whole thing brighter. So the main things, I mean the most important things is about the texture. I will show you the texture here. Okay, where's my texture window? Yeah. It's a mixed texture because I want these things have not like a metal, but also have something like organic glass. So I have 2 material. One is just a black material with a transmission to make it more soft, and another one is this. And I think this is the main part, because if I this is the pure this red material, and I use the dirt to connect to the special map. So if I control the dirt, you will see.
Wow. Yeah.
I can control the radius of the light, of the red color.
Yeah, that's essentially creating or controlling the fall off of it, huh?
Yeah, right. Just like for I something like that. So I can use these ways to control the red part, and then I do the mix to make the whole thing more organic.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, and I really render because I use many like 2 or 3 lights, so I render the light separately. I mean to render the light passes, and in this way you will have more control in the post. So I can show you the post my composition. Number is 9.
And while that loads up, what was your time frame on this? You said it was about 2 months, I think, on the Behance page.
Yeah, right. The whole project is 2 months.
Wow.
The production time I think is 55 days.
55 days.
Yeah, right. You can see, and first it's like
and yeah, May,
and
then
yeah,
end of June.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is not very long here. Yeah.
It's incredible that you're able to produce all this by yourself for the most part in such a short amount of time.
Yeah. Just finish one shot and continue another one, and set up the render before I sleep. So every day when I sleep, I can render 1 or 2 shots. And
awesome.
Usually the composition is also very simple. I didn't like somebody will render lots of multi-pass and compose it from the 0. I usually compose it based on, like, this one is just based on light 2, and then I do some different lights together. I combine different lights together and add some glow and tweak some dark parts and the white part, and add the mid video and this is, I mean, the mid video to reduce noise and also the depth and also color correction. It's so simple.
Yeah. Do you find that the neat video noise filter is the best one out there? There's a few that have been mentioned.
Yeah, I think
a lot of people like
it. I think this is the most useful way.
Yeah.
Tools. Yeah. I tried some others like Red Giant or something, but I think it's bad. It's not good than this one. Okay. Yeah. So do you have some other question about this shot?
Yeah, I don't know if you want to talk about that, the actual lens, the material of the lens. I don't know if
this one. Yeah. Okay. It's just the phone lens. I just bring the phone lens here, use the same material and same models. Yeah, this setup is for most of my phone commercials, and it's some glass. But this one I just hide the glass because I found if I add glass, since it's become not a little bit out of control. So I hide the glass, and there's two things in the center. Okay, I have to keep it like that. And one thing is just a file. It's a simple file. You see, this is file. And another one, and then another thing is inner. I call it the inner. I don't know how to call it. It is.
Sure. By building it up.
Yeah, it's a small part here, and this part. And this part is, I used how to say it, is a film wise and film index to do the texture, so it can become a very good look color. I'm sure this is just a simple material, and yeah, you can. I just use the.
It changes the color and stuff of.
Yeah, right. You're right. You see.
Yeah.
You can change it for some other colors. And
nice.
There's control the colors. and the rest of things is the light, and the light is just simple. Is this is a top light here. This one.
Okay.
So you will see if I move the light, there's the animation.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So sometimes I don't know.
Do you move the lights up a lot in your pieces?
Yeah, right, of course. I think I think every time use to move the lights, or it will be looks very stable. I don't know. I think the lights, if you move the light, and you will get something very random, but sometimes it's very beautiful. So yeah, most of the time, like the phone lighting, I will show you a phone project. You will see. And yeah, like which one do you want to see about the phone shot? Like there's many phone shot. There's 3. Which one do you want to see?
Oh, either one. Sure.
Either one?
Sure.
Maybe this one? Okay.
Yeah, that's one technique I feel like a lot of people don't necessarily see all the time, is actually moving the lights. You know, people who come from like a film background or whatnot will set up the scene with the lights kind of almost in static areas. And then moving the camera will get a little bit of that.
Moving camera. Okay. Yeah.
Like highlighting and whatnot. But I think moving the lights even subtly will.
I think the benefits of CG. Yeah, it's a benefit of CG to make the product more, to make the light more control. I mean, yeah, you can control light more handy.
Right.
So you will see this setup is also very simple setup, and this is not the final version. Wait a moment. This one is the final version.
When you were working on this project, how many hours a day were you working? Pedro says, how many hours in a working day for you?
I mean, yeah, I think I've been working from I get up and until before I sleep. If it's very tight time, yeah, I will work very like 12 hours because I sleep a lot. Every day I get up and at 12 o'clock, I mean, I get up very late every day. So this time is I will have very exciting because it's 11 p.m. in China, but yeah, it's my happy time.
Nice.
Yeah, I think I usually sleep at 4 o'clock a.m.
Okay. Wow. Nice.
So okay, and I'll show this. Seems. And you see, I usually use the take to separate different light settings, and like this one. Sorry, I don't know why that's. And you see here is just for the red things because this phone have a very special back shield. I didn't got the real phone here, but it's not the slim phone. I mean, it has some reflection, red reflection on the side of the phone back, but it's also covered by glass. So I made the black one. This is the version 2 of the phone, and another thing is for the back. You see here is this one is the special. You see I made the ground have the merge to the phone. I don't know how to say it. I mean, you see the shape, and I think it will make. I really like. Let's bring back the camera. not this one, not this one. I really like these things. I think it's to make the picture more beautiful, to make the ground connect to the phone. So you see, this is just for the background. So I name it BG, and I use the technique. I mean, this is the right. It's a collision. It's a collision. I mean, I put the phone inside the plant, and if you look like this,
it gives you that nice kind of smooth fall off into the plane there, huh?
Yeah. Just right. I put the phone into the plane, and it will become like this. Okay, so this is 3 setup, and then the rest one is steps, and this is just the ID pass. So I will say the lighting. I think like this one, I make a very big light on the back because I want to show the pure of the back because there's no camera in it. So I think this one big light can make people feel to notice there's nothing here. Right. So I create this big light, and I will show you my light setup. Actually, I do some. I usually can't find my light every time. I don't know why. I think it's very hard to point out the lights. Sometimes I can't point it out. Maybe this one. Maybe. Do you know a good way to select the lights? I think.
Oh wow.
Okay. I saw it. Not this one. Not this one. Not this one. Okay. And my light setup is usually like this. I also will do some animation of the power.
Yeah.
And to adjust when it is strong and when it's weak. And into this, I will use a layer to combine different gradients. You see?
Oh wow!
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah. If I don't have this gradient, this is sharp. Things will look very strange. So I will cut it. Use the gradient, cut it, and this is one is for the main gradient. And every gradient I will use the cube. Yes, I don't know. I think it looks good. You see, this one you will have some strange line here. You can see it, but if you use the cubic BS, it will very smooth.
Smooth it, yeah.
Yeah, so I use this to draw my gradient and make the layer to make it looks good.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Yeah, and I think it's the fast way to build a light setup, and that's it. It's not very complex and shots. And
well,
another one is.
I was just going to say it's interesting to use that layer shader and build up the gradients to really control the light itself, and you're not using, a flag for the light or anything to kind of cut the light that way. It's interesting to use it like this, and you definitely can see it in the phone itself. It gives it that nice fall off there too.
Yes, and sometimes you find I will animate this. It can also create some very magic animation. Sometimes I will animate it, but this time it's not. I think it's very good control.
Yeah. So one other shot that a lot of people have asked about too was the one that's at the cube shot. We touched on it briefly with the ripple of the displacement or whatnot, but a couple people have asked about that and would want to see if you're okay with sharing that one.
Yeah, okay. So I think before that one, I will show you this one because this one has a hand and then I will show you the cube one. Because
Cool.
this two one is also have the cube, but this one is I think it's mostly the stone. And let me show you this.
Yeah, this is where it transforms, right? From the rock.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, right. It's a little bit slow. And okay, this one, I think there's two parts. The one part is it's a hand, and the other part is the cube. Wait a moment. This. Let's see. Why it's not the final version? Oh, sorry. So, yeah, this one looks the final version. And so first is the hand. Wait a moment. This one is also very heavy, so I have to clean it. First I will disable the stage, and you see only the stone, and I will hide the stone a moment. And then here is the hand. And this hand is just a very simple rig. You will see here. I just use the parents. How does it? Parents to make the control.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's not the IK. I tried IK first, but I found this to the hand it's very hard to control using IK because this part is not stable, and so then I just use the very basic rig to control different fingers and different directions.
Wow.
Because I have done this before when I'm doing the R11. I just show you that with the wood hand R11 commercials. So I know I can do the same technique like this. And the rest thing is just to do the animation. Because it's very, very complex, just to hold the stone and flip the direction. So yeah, and this is about hand. And to the stone. And the stone is because I don't know. I need to solve it. And to the stone, it is I separated it into different parts. I mean, it's just I do some big crystal here, and some stone covered crystal, and I hide a cube, this cube inside of it. So what I do is just make everything disappear. And to the most of the stones, I just use this. We all.
Yeah, Voronoi fracture.
Yeah,
I think that's how you say it.
Yeah, Voronoi fracture to break it and pick one big guy and break it again. So you see, I break it many times to make some details, and then just to use the pen, the
plane effector.
Yeah, plane effectors to do these things fly away. But,
and when you opened up the Voronoi fracture object there, did you use a Forester rock?
No, I Yeah, I think at first one is the forest, this rock, this forester rock. You mean that, right?
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Yeah. At first, I get the stone from the forest, forest here,
Yeah.
and yeah, and I get like three. I made three different type of stone, and to make it look good,
Oh, wow.
cover the crystal, and then I break it a lot. You see it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, how to break and just break some details to make they fly. And another thing is the crystal. Crystal I use the I think the crystal display shouldn't be very smooth, so I just use the pause mode
Yeah.
to keyframe the point. I do point keyframe. I will show you like this one. You see, this is it's not a good example at the moment. I have I think. Yeah, and I don't know. This is I think this one is good. But
And when you combine them all.
Yeah, but I think I have a lot of animation. I don't know why. Oh, sorry, because I didn't. Yeah, you see, I make some keyframe of the stuff, so I think it will look more natural. So yeah, I keyframe many crystals.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, that shot's so great. And the rock and crystal, to me, it looks fantastic. And just, I think all those little subtle details and all those little animations really, when they layer on top of each other, really, I mean, look very complex.
Yeah. I hope to make it complex. Actually, I want to, at the end, I want to make some smoke and some particle things, but I'm not very good at it. So I give it up. At first, I want to add some, more details. And to the crystal, I want to show to show the material. You see, and this shot is a little bit heavy. I think this shot takes the most time of render. Yeah, I think I render like 10 minutes per frame.
10 minutes per frame. Wow.
Maybe longer because I made this shot before I go to the Motion Plus Design. That's also motion conference in Tokyo, and so I think it render like one day, a whole day or 2 days when I'm in Tokyo, because I don't want to waste time. I am not at my computer. So you see the render time. It seems like acceptable. I don't know, because I didn't bring the stage to the water and other things. And I want to show you the texture here. And this is a little bit complex, but I think just two parts. And one part is I do red glass things with some texture, some roughness. And the other part is I use the dirt to create some dirt here, some dust. If without this, I should disconnect this. You see it more clean.
Yeah.
And also this. So you see it more clean in the connection of the crystal and the stone. So I use this dirt to create some dust on the crystal.
Where do you get your textures? Do you just find them online?
I'm the member. I buy the because I buy this.
Do you use
every month.
Polygon?
Yeah, polygons.
Yep.
And there's some other texture I use is this texture.com.
Mm-hmm.
And is this one? It's not this one. Maybe .net. I forget it. Texture, because I like the building shots you see in the beginning of the building shot. I do some pixel sorter. If you see that one, and the building. This texture is from that website. You can download the low res texture for free. So, but they has a lot of very beautiful building texture.
Interesting.
So, yeah, and I'm sure I can find it. I think it's just texture.com. I don't, but it seems different. I don't know.
Okay. So,
yeah, maybe figure out later.
Yeah. Oh, textures, maybe with an S.
Textures. Textures. Okay. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's one. Yeah, it's very good, and
nice.
Especially for the buildings, because they have lots of very beautiful buildings.
Oh yeah.
And if you want to download it, you can when you log in, you can download free for 1K or 2K. Yeah, this one. Log in to download. Yeah. But I think it's enough because you can tell it to a big picture. Okay, cool. So that's it, short, and let's see the cube drop to water. Close.
Yeah, let's go over that one, and then we'll let you go. I know it's getting late over there.
Yeah. Yeah, because my speed is too slow, you know.
Do you use path tracing for your renders?
Yeah. Most of shots is path tracing.
Yeah.
And wait a moment. This
yeah, Pedro was wondering if it was path tracing or PMC for the crystal shot.
I never use PMC. It's so slow.
So slow, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not patient to wait what it will look like. I can close it all and restart it again. So it'll be more quick. I hate Windows. Too many things.
How long have you been using Cinema4D?
I think when I'm in university, I think it's 7 years, maybe 7 years.
And how long? How about Octane?
Octane, I think 3 years, maybe.
3 years. Wow.
2 or 3 years.
Very impressive.
Yeah, I don't know when Octane coming out. I think it's just coming out not very. It's coming out very recently, right?
Yeah, I think it's been around. Let's see. I don't know. Maybe the chat can help me with this, but I want to say it's been around for probably maybe 6 or 7 years.
7 years. Oh.
But just recently is when all the GPU, everything really became, the hardware became a little bit more affordable and whatnot. But yeah, I think now the rise with Redshift and, the other kind of GPU renderers, everything's going that way. Have you experimented with any other renderer?
No, I haven't tried Redshift, and I want to learn V-Ray, but I find it's very complex. So before Octane, I used the physical render. Yeah, I think physical render is also very cool.
Yeah,
in some ways. Yeah. So here is the cube shot. Actually, I put the man here because there's a fit and the reflection. So this shot, it's just not a very heavy shot. You see, it's just very smooth, and I think it's just some keyframes work. So this is the main cube. I use this poly. How's it? What's it? To make some details.
Or Typogen, that Merk plugin.
Yeah. And this is what I do here is there's some there's two parts of this cube. One part is the cover, because I really want to get the feeling like there's a very detailed, complex little things inside, but the cover is just some polygons. It's very simple. So
just cubes.
First, yeah. And the polygons can have some movement, some straight movement, like something is going up and something is rotation. So I just make this two. If I close it, it's just a simple cube.
Yeah.
It's very simple. You see here, and I do some PSR. Most of the time it is just a position. Some animation of this is. See here. It's just a hand keyframe, but it's not just hand keyframe. I just keep one and I just duplicate and with different direction. So here it's the outside, and I make I didn't make the close. I want to make the thick, but at first I want to use the close, but I find that it is have a bar. You see it's fine here, but if I add some more details, it becomes looks strange. Oh, maybe not this. Yeah, okay, I forgot it. Actually, I find there's some bug here that I don't know. It looks good now. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So what happened? Oh, actually, I have the close here. Okay. Never mind. And the next thing is the detail of the inside, and the inside parts is just some the trapolline. Yeah, this one. And I also duplicate many and didn't need to do some keyframe here. It's just lots of bug here, but it is inside, so nobody cares. And you see, the view looks very complex when you add some refraction texture, some metal texture together to make the inside seems has a lot of detail things. Because I want to use this cube to represent the CPU, the power of the phone. Okay, it's very slow too. This is just some metals, but when you make a red cover here, you see more details. And
yeah.
Yeah. And also this is it is just I've stopped it. It's the same thing. This one is the same thing of the above one, but the only thing is I just model a little detail here to make like there's something coming out to awake to inject.
It kind of plugs in.
Plug in, yeah, right.
Yeah.
To plug in, yeah. So I do some this is here.
And that was the same technique as the top.
Yeah, right. You're right. It's just a hide keyframe, and use the instance. It will not very slowly. And to the water, you see the water is very interesting. I actually have two versions of water, and I used a boolean, as it bool object to control them. Like at first it is a water drop. It's a water version. You see the water. Yeah, repo things, and I've just told you the technique here.
Yeah. This
one, I use this to make the repo, and when the cube is already not already complete his transform already, and I make this part into a different version of water. This water can be can move down.
Mm-hmm.
So you will see here is a.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I will close it because this one is just the UI. I will close it. So the UI is you see here when the phone is down. There's some artifact element here, but this is because I want this reflection, this thing. So I just render it in 3D.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And then you just render that out and then composite that in After Effects.
Yeah, right. I render it out in 3D and different passes, so I can composite it in After Effects.
Wow.
And yeah, and you will see this is just another part of the water. This water is and it's this one and not this one. Oh yeah, I just use the bevel to extrude the polygons. Mm-hmm. You know this technique. I usually use. I think the bevel is the most powerful tools. You can do a lot of things like extrude, like many other technique. So I use this one to make it down, and also do the same thing like this, coming out, and a little animation here. You see, that's a little animation. It come out, and you will see there's a mouth here to do some point animation.
Hmm.
Yeah, all this is just to make it looks more detailed, and then when it's touch the water, I bring the third water, and this water is it's very simple actually. I use this new water to replace the old one, and use the fall off, and this thing is just a lot of these little cubes under the water. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's below the surface.
Yeah. You can see the final version is just yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering just how you did that. If that was, if that was just like a texture displacement, but it looks like you use the that.
Yeah, I didn't use the displacements. I just made the animation.
Yeah. Very cool.
Oh, so I need to bring this together. You see, it's just simple. It's just also what I told you. I really like this is just to make the wave, because you can just control how high is the wave.
Yeah.
And what's the so handy. And I use this technique. Also the shoot shot to make the wave here is the one one part here for the structure of the water, and I also use another one to make some cubes inside this basic structure, and so you will see some more details of the red things. You will see the red things here.
Oh yeah, those little ones.
Yeah, it's the little ones. It's the detail.
Wow, that's great.
And yeah, this one. I will show you this one. You see, this is a little cube one. And okay, this lose the animation maybe because I forgot to bring some effector here. But what it do is to make more details. And I also use the same technique. Yeah, all the same.
Yeah, by layering them all up, it really creates that complex animation and gives just those finer details. And like you said, having stuff below the surface and then revealing that, it all adds up to create a beautiful shot.
Yeah, maybe you can share this project file so you can discover it, because then it's very hard to explain sometimes.
That would be awesome. Yeah. That would be fantastic.
Yeah, I can show this project file.
What was the hardest thing that you had to work through on this piece, on the whole Find X?
The whole Find X. I think that's not very hard technique, but I think because the most hard things is something I'm unknown. I mean, I've never done character before and never done some big concept design. So when I never tried, I'm very nervous and depressed. I mean, yeah, I'm very afraid. But when I discover, this is not that hard, and the things become more smooth. So,
do you think you'll do more character animation in the future in your pieces after going through this?
Yeah, maybe. But I think maybe I want to try real character animation because I've never done it before. Yeah, maybe nice. I can try it, but I know that it is if you do this, it's a very huge work to make a character animation. I know
right.
that take a lot of time, but I think I can do it just for fun. Maybe create little characters to do some test or something, or little stories. Yeah, I want to try it. Yeah.
What I'm just going through the chat here too, trying to get any last questions. But what was? Let me see. Like in terms of the process with this piece, how many revisions and rounds and like feedback did you go through? Was it pretty streamlined, or was there like a lot of revisions, a lot of feedback, or did OPPO kind of let you run wild with your vision?
Yeah, for this project, I think is very straight. I think they trust me a lot. So because first I give them the mood board and they accept it, so I know they understand what I want to do. So after the animatic, all the things confirmed, I think they didn't have some professional comments of the design of the animation. So I keep his product to a very important position, and they have no comment. I think most of the clients don't worry about the art part of our project, but they just care about his product. If the product is important enough, or if the product is beautiful, so just keep the things they want. I think there's not too much comment.
Mm-hmm.
So this one is very straight, and they really love the final results.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, I think it definitely made a huge buzz in the whole motion industry. A lot of people have been talking about it. It's such a beautiful piece. So congratulations.
Thanks. Thank you.
So in terms of just wrapping up here, like, do you have any projects you're currently working on? Any big projects in the future?
Yeah, I now I'm I have a personal project and just researching it, and it's a very quick project because I have to move in house next week. So, but I really love my house I'm living now. But I don't know what I rent this house. It's not mine, but I have to leave because the owner needs the house. Yeah, so I want to record all the things and to put it into a computer and transfer it into a VR experience, and let my kids can remember this space.
Oh wow, very cool.
Yeah, so I'm trying to make the photo photo pair. What is a technique, and I follow there's one guy. Let me see, this guy, he's doing a lot very
wow,
cool photogrammetry, and I'm just see if I can make to record my room. Yeah, this one is
so cool.
Is what he do to in VR. I think it looks very very realistic.
That's awesome. So, have you done much work in VR?
No, not yet. But I buy VR very early, and I play a lot. Yeah, but yeah, I try to research something. Yeah, interactive 3D interactive thing. Yeah, I want to try, but it's very slow because every time I have lots of commercials. Yeah, because beside my solo projects, I usually working as a director or how to say, a producer. I don't know, because many clients find me and they think I can, if I join this commercials, it will be better. I don't know. So sometimes I will have some hard job, like working with some other guys, or just as a producer to keep the project smooth. Yeah, and awesome. Now because I just from my holiday, so I didn't have got new main commercials to do. So I want to finish my personal project this week.
Totally.
Yes. Yeah.
Awesome. Hey, well, I want to thank you very, very much for taking your time out to be on the stream and share some of your techniques and show us your project. It's very inspiring, and it's so, I can't thank you enough. So I know everybody on the stream is very happy that you were able to join and show us this stuff. So hopefully we can get you back in the future, or hopefully you can come and join us just for other Monday meetings.
Yeah, sure, I want.
Yeah, we're going to have some other guests coming up. Raid Zero is going to present next week about kind of his workflow with a bunch of stuff. So hopefully we can keep these presentations kind of going and get some more of these discussions happening. So thank you very much for taking your time out today. And
thank you, guys. Yeah,
keep on doing incredible work. It's so inspiring. We love it. So thank you so much.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, have a great night, Somei. We'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, I will go to bed. Okay.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Brograph.com, an online resource for learning Cinema4D, After Effects, and other motion graphics tools specifically catered to help you prevail as a motion graphic designer.
What's up, bros? Welcome to another Brograph motion graphics tutorial.
With tutorials, plugins, and now a podcast with tens of thousands of listeners worldwide.
Yeah, it's a great community to be part of.
We give you professional time-saving tips, industry news, interviews, shortcuts, and lessons that help keep you current in the world of motion design.
Throw in HDR Studio, take the render settings, pick the HDR, put in a reflection, and gorgeous.
I love projects that scare me. When our art director comes to us and asks for something that I had never done before, man, it gets me pumped.
Our weekly long-form podcast will give you the latest news, help you in your file management, hardware configuration, and client relations. Learn about the latest render engines, modeling techniques, and workflow integration while staying entertained.
Real nice banana.
Ah, that's so funny. All right. I'm going to live forever.
Our Brograph Talks are a chance to see the way industry leaders from around the globe are changing the face of motion design.
Sometimes you got to make stuff that you're not going to put on your reel, and I'm not here to judge.
The podcasts and talks include people like Beeple, Barton Damer, Nick Campbell, Andrew Kramer, David Ariev, Chad Ashley, Paul Babb, EJ Hassenfrost, Mitch Myers, Chris Schmidt, Jules Urbach, Cornelius Dammer, David Brodeur, Andy Needham, Caitlin Kaju, Zubair Parker, Noseman, Ryan Bean, Casey Hupke, Nick Lyons, Sage, Joey Korenman, Jeremy Cox, Rick Barrett, John Dickinson, Matthias Omatola, Patrick Goski, Brandon Clements, Steve Teeple, Tom Glimpse, Patrick Longstrom, Julia Simone, Devin Coe, Al Heck, and even Deadmau5.
You get that render done. Yeah, you better frame what?
Our Brograph Breakdowns go behind the projects and give you an insight on what it's like to manage and maintain your own personal business or work for a large company. Join us for live sessions, check out our useful plugins, watch time-lapse projects, interact with us, and send us email questions and topic ideas. Or just hit the Rando Render button and do an imaginative daily that'll keep you on your toes.
Take all your dreams and let's do it!
Subscribe today and get automatic updates on the latest tutorials, tricks, tips, and inspiration brought to you by industry professionals Dave Koss and Matt Milstead.
We don't care how you get here, folks. Just get here.
Subscribe now to Brograph Tutorials. It's pretty good, I guess.